By the time of mid-February 1943, the feed of transports into Treblinka began to slow. In fact, throughout March 1943, transports were sporadic and came primarily from Skopje, which is, as of the making of this video, the capital city of North Macedonia. However, at the time, the Macedonian region was occupied by the pro-Axis Bulgarian government, who had struck a deal with the SS to deport up to 20,000 Jews from its territories. Over the course of March 1943, 7,144 inmates from Skopje were deported to the Treblinka extermination camp. Although this might seem like a fairly large number in isolation, the transports came towards the end of the month, starting on March the 22nd. Therefore, for roughly 5 weeks, the Toten Juden in the extermination area did not receive any new transports. As has been discussed prior, these men were also witness to and participants in Action 1005, the plan to obfuscate any traces of Nazi war crimes across Eastern Europe and beyond. These facts, combined with the leaks of information from the Travnikis about the German loss at Stalingrad, confirmed to the inmates that they were now on borrowed time. While the prospect of the war turning against the Axis might have been a reassuring prospect initially, the Jews of Treblinka were under no illusion. The SS would not allow them to be liberated by the Red Army, in light of the fear that they relay their testimonies to the Allies. If Stalin's forces got too close to the camp, they would almost certainly be killed, as a means to further blur the history of what truly happened at Treblinka. As will be discussed in the series on Mali Trostenets, which was the first of the Nazi extermination camps to be liberated, this fear was actually realised. As the Red Army approached the camp, the SS rounded up as many inmates as they could find, locking some 6,500 prisoners into a large barn on the camp's grounds, before setting it on fire. Hence, the Jews of Treblinka's fears were entirely rational, leaving them with no choice. If they were to survive, then they would have to help themselves. Given that individual and small group escapes had led to disastrous consequences for those left behind in the past, as the SS would generally execute inmates in reprisal, those who planned on resisting realised that they had only one option available to them: a mass revolt. Indeed, a mass revolt of all those willing to do so would grant the Jews a singular, yet very powerful advantage over the SS and Travnikis: strength in numbers. As of March 1942, Treblinka contained roughly 1,000 inmates to the camp's total staff pool of around 150, giving the Jews a 20-3 numerical advantage. If enough of them could seize small arms, a coordinated assault with the element of surprise would give them a good chance of overpowering the SS and Travniki guards, buying them sufficient time to break out en masse. Therefore, in early March 1943, a small underground resistance group was formed in the lower camp, called the Organization Committee. It was initially headed by Dr. Julian Chorazicki, a 57-year-old physician who was also a former captain in the Polish army. Its other members included Ziew Korland, a 50-year-old capo, Zialo Blok, a former Czechoslovakian lieutenant and head of the sorting square team, and 2 men called Sadovitz and Salzburg. Shortly after its formation, a former French Foreign Legion soldier named Adolf Friedman also joined the group. Although small in number, the Organisation Committee possessed lots of capable men with plenty of experience in the art of warfare. Alas, just weeks after its original formation, the group was splintered as Zialo Blok and Adolf Friedman were relocated to the upper camp to assist in the implementation of Action 1005 in the extermination area. Although this initially created communicative issues, it did create a resistance cell in the upper camp, which would prove to be crucial come August. In the following weeks and months, the Organisation Committee experienced a number of setbacks, but ultimately would launch the first ever successful mass breakout from a Nazi extermination camp.